ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। यस्य जलदवक्त्राढ्या पारिषद्या परस्पथं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिताक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिं। जन्माद्यस्य यतः अन्वयात् इतरतश्च अर्थेषु अभिघ्नः स्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायः आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजोवारिमृगां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो वृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि गर्वः प्रोचिधकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सताम् वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वक्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्। श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यः हृदिः अवरुध्यतेः अत्र कृतिभिः सत्सृषिभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। Now Bhagavan is Kapila Bhagavan with Kapila Avataram is giving us nectarine teachings in extremely simple manner. With His grace, I hope we all can partake that and put that to good use in our life. We came up to slokam number 30 in Adhyayam 32, Skandam 3. Now 28, 29 and 30, the basic meaning is this one Ekam Sat, that Parabrahman, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, whatever name we call it, it is beyond words. Okay, it is Prema, selfless love. That call it Brahman, that it's beyond the gunas of Prakriti. And this is the one that is seen by the Indriyangal that is going outward going to the senses. It sees it as various objects and it interprets them as different from this one entity due to delusion. In a distorted way, as sound, touch, and other sensations. The same Parabrahman, pure consciousness, prema, selfless love, is the one that has manifested as Mahat, the Mahat Tattvam, the Ahamkara, the three gunas, the 11 senses, 5 Jnanendriyangal, 5 Karmendriyangal, plus the mind, the Panchabhutangal, the 5 elements, and the self-conscious, the Jiva that we have. These form the Virata, the Hiranyagarbham, the cosmic shell that constitute his body, of which all the worlds are parts of it, the same body. This truth, this Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam, this truth is perceived by the one who is endowed with Shraddha, Bhakti, and unrelenting practice of spiritual disciplines, self-control, detachment from the worldly objects, and dispassion, not bothered, only focusing only on Bhagavan. Up to that point we came. So this yogi, this human being, learns, knows, has a darshanam of this Brahma darshanam, as we saw in Slokam 30, which I'll read once, and then before we want to 31. Yetattvai sraddhaya bhaktya yoga abhyasena nityasah samahita atma nissangaha viratya paripasyati. Yetattvai paripasyati. Knows it very well. Jnatum, drashtum, pravesishtum, as Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, the darshanam, the experience of it. Now, we move on to 31. It etat kathitam gurvi jnanam tat brahma darshanam yena anubuddhayate tattvam prakrutehe purushasya cha. Iti etat kathitam gurvi jnanam tat brahma darshanam yena anubuddhyate tattvam prakrutehe purushasya cha. Gurvi yena prakrutehe purushasya cha jnanam tattvam anubuddhyate. That's a step. Padangal we will take. Gurvi means worshipable. We worship many things in life, but truly speaking, the only entity that is worshipable is Bhagavan only, Prema only. That Gurvi, that worshipable, yena, by which Prakrutehe Purushasya cha, the Prakriti, what we call as nature, and Purushan, the embodiment, the various embodiment that we see, and the Kshetrajna. That Tattvam, what is the truth about this, about the Prakriti and the Purusha? What is the truth? That Tattvam, what is the real form of this Bhagavan? Yena Anubuddhyate, by which, by whom that knowledge is given, is obtained, is revealed. Tat etat, that entity, that Bhagavan, Brahma darshanam jnanam te iti katitam. Tat etat Brahma darshanam. That jnanam, that the truth that reveals the truth, that Brahma darshanam, that anubhavam of that Brahmandam, the prema, the selfless love, that anubhavam of it. Not darshanam does not mean seeing with the eyes. Please don't think of it that way. It is actually an anubhavam that you know, right? From self, by yourself you know that. That Brahma darshanam, that experience of this truly expansive, limitless, unconditional, non-judgmental prema. Just imagine how beautifully it will be. That jnanam, that anubhava again, that jnanam te, to you, my dear mother, respectfully he says, to you, my dear mother, iti katitam, thus it has been described to you, it has been taught to you. What is taught? The knowledge about Atma, about Paramatma, about this one Ekam Sat entity, which is the most worshipable. And only with the grace of that, this the truth about the Prakriti and the Purusha is revealed through the Brahma Darshanam. That jnanam, that Atma Vidya has been taught to you. Iti etat kathitam gurvi jnanam tad Brahma Darshanam yena anubuddhyate tattvam prakrutehe purushasya cha. Number 32 and 33 we take together. Jnana yogascha man nishtaha naigunyah bhakti lakshanah dvayoho api eka eva artah bhagavat sabda lakshanah yata indriyaihi prutatvaraihi artah bahuguna asrayah ekah jnana iyati tatvat bhagavan shastra vartbhavihi. Jnana yogascha mannishtaha naigunyah bhakti lakshanah. द्वयो अपि एक एव अर्थः भगवत् शब्दलक्षणः यथा इन्द्रियैः पृथग्द्वारैः अर्थः बहुगुण आश्रयः एकः नाना ईयति तत्तद् भगवान् शास्त्रवर्त्मभिः. The meaning of this, Bhagavan is Nirgunam, beyond all the gunangal, but whether I follow the path of what is known as Jnana Yoga, the process of inquiry, self-inquiry, or Manishtaha Bhakti Lakshanaha, established in me the Bhakti Yogam, for both of these, Bhagavat Sabda Lakshanaha Eka Eva Arthaha. For all these different pathways, Bhagavan, that Sabdam, that the Omkara Pranava Swarupam, that Sabdam is a Lakshanam, is a Adayalam. Bhagavan, it says Lakshanam. It is not that is Bhagavan. Please remember that. When Rama introduced himself to Sabari, and he said, I am Rama, he says. The most attractive, Ramyate iti Ramaha. I am that. He says that. Okay? And for Lakshmana, he says, he is my brother and he is known as Lakshmanaha. That means this is an Adayalam. When you think of Lakshmana, immediately you think of Rama. So there are various Adayalangal, the characteristics that point to something. That is Lakshanam. And Lakshyam is Bhagavan. Okay? Lakshanam, so he says very beautifully, Bhagavat Sabda Lakshanam, the Bhagavan, with Bhagavan's grace I will do. That Sabdam is a Lakshanam. For what? For the goal that is achieved, the final goal achieved, whether it is Jnana Yogam or Bhakti Yogam, and then I'll give you Padarthangal in a minute. Okay? So that is the Prayojanam. How is it, sir, possible? Now look, suppose say if you look at a flower. The moment you look at a flower, the eye sees it sees its form. And the nose smells it smells a fragrance. And if you touch it, it is so soft. But each of the Indriyangal gets to see one aspect of it, isn't it? Not completely. The same way, but the Prayojanam is the flower. The goal is the flower. Same way, different pathways, because of these various, the play of senses, point to different things. Same way, the various pathways point to different things, but the goal is one and the same. They reach you to the exactly the same entity. That's the essential meaning of this. Slokam 32 and 33 says, what is known as Bhagavan is the common objects sought by those people who follow the Jnana Yogam, which is based upon scriptures, etc., or by those who follow Bhakti Yogam, and wholeheartedly they unmotivated devotion to me, the Nirguna Brahman, or how the one object of various attributes is seen differently through the different senses. This is very interesting in our life. Okay, and anything that you do, the eye sees it. That's all. Okay, it doesn't know whether it is hard or soft. None of those. It has to touch it to know that. Same way, the different attributes of the same object is seen by the different senses. So the same way, the one Bhagavan is viewed and understood or taken to be in a limited way only, because it's only limited. Differently by the different philosophies and scriptural writings. In the way they see, yet bhavam tad bhavati, the way I see Bhagavan, the same Bhagavan appears to me in exactly the same way. It is very simple. He is limitless. But the moment I try to know him or imagine or interpret, as people say this or all, then I'm putting a limitation on him. And he appears to me in that limitation only. The same way a flower appears through my eye, which limits it only to the vision. Same way, Bhagavan also, that he is one and the same, whichever path that you take. Okay, it's one and the same. ज्ञानयोगश्च मन्निष्ठः नैर्गुण्यः भक्तिलक्षणः द्वयो अपि एक एव अर्थः भगवत् शब्दलक्षणः यथा इन्द्रियैः पृथग्द्वारैः अर्थः बहुगुण आश्रयः एकः नाना ईयति तद्वत् भगवान् शास्त्र वर्त्मभिः नैर्गुण्यः ज्ञानयोगः च the jnana yogam path of knowledge, that's what we call as knowledge in English, the jnanam to self-inquiry goes off to the nirguna brahman, ekam sat, okay? So he goes try to, because Bhagavan is beyond gunangal. So it's called advaitam, okay, there is no two. So the nirgunam it goes after, or mannistaha bhakti lakshanaha, completely established in me, ananya chintayanto mam, ye janaha pari upasate, that ananya chinta, that bhakti, only me and completely established in me, okay? Mayi eva mana adascha, Bhagavan says, only in me put that mind, nothing else. So like that, mannistaha bhakti lakshanaha, that only established in me, that bhakti, okay? Both yogangar, bhakti yogam, jnana yogam, dvayoho api, for both these, bhagavat sapta lakshanaha eka eva arthaha. Bhagavat sabdam, the Bhagavan, what is denoted by the sabdam Bhagavan is the objective, the prayojanam, the final goal, okay? So it's one and the same, there's no difference. How is it so? Yata, in next sloka, yata, in which way? Bahuguna asrayaha, various gunangal we have, right? Whether I'm able to taste something, able to hear something, see something, smell, all these things that we have, right? And so for all those, arthaha, what is the subject? It could be Rava Kesari, for all you know. Beautifully, you look at it on the countertop, eye looks at it, it is reddish in color, orangish in color, right? And at the same time, the nose smells it, smells of ghee and all that, right? And if I taste it, the tongue enjoys it, the taste, right? It's so sweet. Each part does only its job. Balguna astrayaha arthaha, right? Because of the various ability we have, the cognizing ability we have, right? Which is the Balguna astrayaha, but the object is one and the same. Same way, pritadvaraihi indriyaihi, pritadvaraihi. Pritad means different entrances. Eye is one entrance, ear is one other entrance, nose is another entrance, right? Like that, the 5 entrances we have in this way, because pritadvaraihi, each one is different. They are not the same. Remember that. Indriyai, pritadvaraihi indriyaihi, my sense object, sense organs, or different entrances, nana iyate, the same object appears, nana iyate. When you look at Rava Kesari, it looks different to each one. Nana, differently, iyate, understood, known. The same way, yata, in which way this happens, tattvat, in the same way, Bhagavan, the same one Bhagavan, Shastra, Vartmabhihi. Vartma means pathways, along as specified in Shastrangal. The same one entity is revealed through different pathways. Okay? Ekam Sat, very important. This is beautifully explained in this shloka. Jnana yogascha manishtaha naidgunyaha bhakti lakshanaha. Dvayoho api eka eva arthaha bhagavat sabda lakshanaha yatha indriyahi pratadvarehi arthaha bhaguna asrayaha ekah nana iyate tatvat Bhagavan Shastra Vartmabhihi. Number 34. Now, we do many things, okay? Indriyangal are taking one aspect of it, like the age-old story that you all would have heard about about 4 blind men going and touching different parts of the elephant and describing that part as truly the elephant. It is like that, okay? You have to experience it. The moment Anubhavam comes, the oneness is seen, okay? It's no longer limited. Now coming to at the same time, I do many things in life. There are 3 different types of things that I do. We call it whether stages of spiritual activity or differences or whatever, it doesn't matter, because bhaktya prayachati, whatever activity I do, if I do it with bhakti, it doesn't really matter. But let us see, as a householder, I do many, many things, right? I want to follow the commands of Vedas, right? And doing yogam, yagangai, etc., etc. Or I can follow a world of what we call as jnanam, which means, going into meditation and detaching myself from the world. Or I can do the complete giving up of all desires and focus only on realizing the Atma, like what Ramana Maharshi did. Whatever pathway I do, it is the same one Supreme Bhagavan that is both Saguna as well as Nirguna. And he is the ultimate and the only goal. Whether I worship him through gunas or I worship through Nirguna, whether I carry out all my activities following the Vedic scriptures and all that, provided I do with the right attitude, or I take Jnana Yoga, or I do Bhakti Yoga, or I just go into a forest and do tapas, it really doesn't matter. The goal, the final goal, is one and one only. That is the meaning of slokam 34 to 36, which we will take up together. Kriyaya kratubihi danehi tapaha swadhyayam arsanaihi atma indriya jayena api sanyasena cha karmanam yogena vividhangena bhakti yogena cha yevahi dharmena ubayachidnena. Let me get that word here, 1 second. 35. Dharmena ubhayachidnena yaha pravruti nivrutimane atmatattva avabodhena vairagyena dhrudhena cha iyate bhagavan ebihi sagunaha nirgunaha sadhrike. He sees the same Bhagavan as self-effulgence. Same effulgence in him. Okay. Now once more, the 3 slokas. Kriyaya kratubihi danehi tapaha swadhyayam arsanaihi atma indriya jayena api sanyasena cha karmanam yogena vividhangena vividha bhakti yogena cha yeva hi dharmena ubhayachidnena yaha pravruti nivrutimane atmatattva avabodhena vairagyena dhrudhena cha iyate bhagavan ebihi sagunaha nirgunaha sadhrite. Kriyaya kratubihi danehi tapaha swadhyayam arsanaihi. Kriyaya, the various activities I do, whatever activity it may be. Okay. Kratubihi, the prescribed ritual and spiritual activities like homam, like yagam, okay, and pujai, so many things, right? And danehi, charity, taking care of all others, serving others, okay, not only with money, but fulfilling their need. Danehi, tapas, self-discipline, purifying, refining my mind, how I think, and refining it continuously to remove the impurities of selfishness, anger, desire, right? So that is tapas. And tapas, swadhyayam, reciting and chanting Vedas and worshipping them. Then arsanaihi is inquiry. through what is this, having the question, what is this Atma? What is the relationship with Bhagavan, Bhakta, and Prakriti? So many ways we do. Archanahi, Atma, Indriya, Jayena, Api, full controlling my mind, controlling my sense control and mind control and achieving that. Karmanam Sanyasena cha. All the activities I do, sannyasam. We spoke about it beautifully. Adhyayam 5 in Bhagavad Gita talk about this beautifully. All the actions I do and the results I put it in Bhagavan. I say completely. Okay, I do it as his instrument, as Militta Matram, only as his tool. Right? The Karmena Sanyasena cha. Whatever any of these things I do, Kriyaya, Krativihi, Danehi, Tapaha, Swadhyayam, Arsanaihi, Atma, Indriya, Jayena, Api, Karmanam Sanyasena cha. Okay, now going to 35. Vividha Angena Yogena cha. Vividha Angena, different types. Angena, you have Ashtanga Yogam, as people say, right? Yamam, etc. And Bhakti Yogena, different yoga, then Bhakti Yogena, through the Bhakti path. Yeah, whatever it is, cha eva hi, whatever any one of these I do, yaha pravritti nivrittiman upachinhena. Okay? Yaha, which one, which entity, pravritti nivrittiman, it has a strength of pravritti as well as nivritti. Remember, the creation is so powerful. The strength behind this is divine energy. At the same time, nivritti. If I want to detach from creation and go towards Creator, then it gives me the power also. The same energy is there. Same energy. So there's pravritti, nivritti, man. Balavan means one who is very, very strong. Buddhiman means one who is very strong in buddhi. So pravritti, nivritti, man means one who is very strong in pravritti and nivritti. Both. Okay? Both the attachment and detachment, both the creation, attaching to creation as well as attaching to the Creator. That is very strong in that. Yeah, which one is that? Which one gives me that energy, that power? Then, Ubaya Chitnena. Now, Ubaya means two. Chitnena. Now, Chintam, we say thought, isn't it? So it's a root word is that. So what does it mean? I do things out of desire. Okay, as well, the basic mantra is Kamo Karishite, Manura Karishite, Namo Namaha. We say that mantra very important, very short form. It is the kamam, it is a desire that is doing things. It is Manyu means anger. The kamam and the desire and anger are the ones that are doing all these activities. Nama man, not me. Okay, that is a Vedic mantra. So here, Ubhaya Shidnena means that what is my Chintam? Chintam can be one of desire, or I can also be Nishkamam. I'm going to give up all the desires to Bhagavan, Karma Palatyagam. That's also desire. That's also a thinking process. So with both. So Yaha Ubhaya Chindena, which one as the equal appears as very strong in both attachment as well as detachment. Which one is now as a characteristic of both Sakamam as well as Nishkamam, that is one of wanting things, acquiring things and sacrificing things. Which one appears like that? Same Lakshanam, same Bhagavan. Yaha, which one? Dharmena. In this is a dharmic path. Even through Sakamam I can reach Bhagavan, provided I keep Bhagavan's company. We saw that earlier. Okay? So Dharmena is a dharmic path. Atma Tattva Avabhodena. Yaha, in these ways, both through creation as well as the Creator, both through Sakamam as well as Nishkamam, both through attachment as well as detachment, what does it do? Atma Tattva Avabhodena. It is teaching me and drawing me towards the Atma Tattvam, towards the one entity, the truth. Bhagavan says, Once you say yes to me, you are mine forever. It is like the rays from the sun. They have to go back to the sun only. Like that, all of us are going back to Bhagavan only. We may be doing different things. If Atma Tattva, every moment, like nothing is wasted. It's a teaching, taking us back to the Atma Swarupa. Okay? That Atma Tattva Avabodhena. And that the Atma Vidya, having the darshanam of this indweller requires dridhena vairagyena, very strong, unshakable, firm vairagyam attaching to Bhagavan. It requires that. Yebihi, in all these ways, okay, the various ways described so far, Sagunaha, Nirgunaha, one who manifests, and I'm able to relate to him through the various gunangas, like we see in all the avatara purushangas, right? Or he's also beyond that. There's gunam. He's beyond all the three gunas, both ways. But the same Yaha, that same Bhagavan, Sadrik Bhagavan Iyate. That Bhagavan, that one entity, Sadrik, the same self-effulgence, through that self-effulgence, he is known, that Bhagavan, Iyate, known. So, whatever way we follow, doesn't matter. It's all Bhagavan only. It's his effulgence only. The same effulgence in all these pathways. Kriyaya kratubihi danaihi tapaha swadhyayam arsanaihi atma idriya jayena api sanyasena cha karmanam yogena vividha angena bhakti yogena cha yevahi dharmena ubhaya chignena yah pravruti nivrutiman atmatattva avabodhena vairagyena dridhena cha iyate bhagavan ebihi sagunaha nirgunaha Sadrik. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Santet Santet Santihi. Harihi Om.